So you're looking for a dog trainer here in Wadsworth, Ohio? That's fantastic. You've definitely come to the right place. We're going to walk through everything: how to pick a great professional, what you should budget for costs, and even some of the key local rules. This is all about helping you make the best possible choice for you and your furry best friend.
I mean, that's really what it's all about, right? Just picture it. You're taking a nice, calm walk in Silver Creek Park, or maybe you're downtown enjoying a summer parade, and your dog is right there with you, just relaxed and happy. Having a well-trained dog makes all of that possible and, honestly, so much more enjoyable. All right, so let's get into it. Choosing your training partner. What should you look for in a professional? Well, the first thing you've got to look at is how they train and what kind of qualifications they have. Okay, so the big phrase you're going to hear a lot is positive reinforcement. And for good reason. It's pretty much the gold standard for dog training these days. Instead of punishing your dog for doing something wrong, you're rewarding them for doing something right. You're using treats, praise, or a favorite toy to say, yes, that's exactly what I want. This builds an incredible amount of trust and makes training, fun for both of you. And on the flip side of that, you absolutely want to avoid any trainer who relies on fear, intimidation, or pain. Seriously, these are really outdated methods that can actually make behavior problems worse and completely destroy that bond you have with your dog. So, how do you know who's legit? Well, Ohio doesn't have a state license for dog trainers, which is why these certifications are so important. They're like a diploma that says, hey, I've actually studied this stuff and I'm committed to doing it right. For general manners, you'll see CPDT-KA or KPA-CTP. If you're dealing with bigger challenges like serious anxiety or aggression, look for a CBCC-KA or an IAABC-DBC. That's a good sign they have specialized knowledge. Okay, next up, training formats and local costs. Let's figure out what's the right fit for your goals and your wallet. You've basically got two main choices: group classes or private sessions. Group classes, they're awesome for getting your dog used to working around other dogs and people. It's like distraction practice in a safe space. But private sessions are where you can really zero in on specific issues happening at home. Like your dog going bonkers every time the doorbell rings. All right, let's talk money. Here are some ballpark figures for Medina County. For a standard 6-week group class, you're probably looking at somewhere between $140 and $250. A single one-on-one lesson, that's usually around $80 to $130. And then you have board and train programs, which are much bigger investment, as you can see. This should just give you a good idea of what to expect when you start making calls.
All right, let's say you've got a short list of trainers. Now what? Time to interview them. Here are the questions you need to ask a potential trainer. This is your guide to feeling really confident when you talk to them.
You can think of this as your personal checklist. Ask them straight up. Can you explain your training philosophy? What are your certifications? Will you create a plan just for my dog and our goals? And two big ones: how will we know we're making progress? And what's the total cost, with no surprises?
Okay, now here's a really, really important one, especially if your dog is struggling with fear or reactivity. You need to ask, are you willing to work with my vet? The best trainers will say absolutely without hesitation. Why? Because sometimes what looks like a behavior problem could actually be a medical issue. A trainer who's willing to be part of a team, well, that's a huge green flag. Okay, so training isn't just for you and your dog. It's about being a good neighbor here in Wadsworth, too. Let's go over some of the essential local rules and resources. All right, here's the magic number to remember: 6, as in 6 feet. Wadsworth City Code says your dog's leash can't be longer than 6 feet when you're off your property. It's just a simple rule for keeping everyone safe and comfortable on our sidewalks and in the parks. And besides the leash law, there are a few other must-knows. You've got to get an annual dog license from Medina County. Your dog absolutely has to have a rabies vaccination. That's state law. And the big one for neighborly peace: excessive barking can be considered a nuisance violation. A good trainer can definitely help you get a handle on that before it ever becomes a problem. All right, so you've been working hard, your dog is learning all this cool new stuff. Now it's time to put those skills to the test out in the real world. And we've got some great spots right here in the Wadsworth area to do that. The dog park at Memorial Park, it's perfect for practicing come when called in a safe, fenced area. Head over to Silver Creek Park to work on keeping your dog's focus on you while on leash, even with people and bikes going by. And for a real-world test of indoor manners, try a calm walk through a store like All About Pets.
When you get right down to it, finding the right trainer isn't just about teaching your dog to sit. It's really the first big step towards having a happier, more confident dog and a much less stressed you. It's an investment in your own peace of mind. Because this is what it's all about, isn't it? Enjoying those confident walks in Memorial Park, having those calm, quiet evenings at home, and just living a happier life together. When you find that right training partner, you'll have a dog that you're proud to take with you anywhere in Wadsworth, and that makes everything better for both of you.